All right. Hello and happy Wednesday. We are the WomEnergy, and we are so excited to inspire, uplift, and connect other women. And today's feature is an exciting woman, and our message is simple. We provide simple solutions to basic problems and a community of support to really inspire you to be here now. And we know that when together you're united with amazing women, incredible things can happen. So today I want to introduce an amazing woman, Christina Dennis. She is the founder of Christina's Fitness. She's the creator of a new breakthrough. She's a weight loss specialist who's helped many women lose a lot of weight, and she's going to tell you exactly what that number is. Originally a personal trainer, Christina has transitioned to helping women shift their mindset and bad habits and prevent them from losing weight. So Christina leads her clients through a unique process where they discover any past trauma and those triggers that cause them to turn to food. And as a result, her clients typically lose 5 to 12 pounds within the first 30 days. And that's lasting. So she is passionate about helping women find their voice and take back control in every area of their life. She has garnered a very unique method that has a lot of attention. She has a very loyal following, and she helps women create a life that they're proud of. And she backs that. So her work has organically reached over 40,000 people, and that's daily. So we're excited to have her on here. Thank you so much for all of your time, Christina. We're excited for not only the women that you've helped currently, but for the continued legacy that you're leading. So we also have Rachel Jones on. You guys know her, and we're going to launch into this interview. So Rach, the floor is yours.
All right. I'm excited for this interview. You and I have a lot in common. We have worked a lot with fitness and nutrition, and I love your approach. We've been talking about how important it is to get to the core, the root issues, and that food oftentimes is not actually the problem. That
right.
It's really our beliefs, our self-beliefs, our lack of self-love or our lack of self-respect. And so I just want to ask you, when you're working with young women between the ages of 12 and 18, what are some of the really important messages that we as parents can instill in young girls to help set them up for better relationships with both women and men, and with a better, healthier relationship with food, and an ideal relationship with themselves?
Yeah, it's a really great question. So I typically don't work with that young of an age, but what I will say is that being a mom and being around other moms, I think it's really important that we don't pick at our bodies or maybe comment on another woman's body in front of our daughters. And I think it's really important to not over compliment, but compliment your daughter, how beautiful she is, and not so much of her weight. I myself, I started having my own weight issues when I was 13. So I'm just kind of going back to when I was this age. I was super insecure. I didn't like wearing shorts at school. And if I did wear shorts, I would literally look around the classroom and be like, oh man, nobody else is wearing shorts today. I feel like everybody's looking at me. So for me, when I was 13, like I said, very insecure, no confidence. And so what I would just say is, just don't talk about your weight or your body in front of your child.
That's great advice. And in fact, I think that's good advice for adult women as well. We live in a culture where everything's visual, and we do, we kind of set things up to pick each other apart.
Right.
Media, with entertainment opportunities, that everything does kind of lead to really like a negative, just kind of negative comments. And I think that's good advice for any woman, is that as in conversation, if we start picking each other apart on any level, that becomes self-reflective to a certain extent.
Like I've seen or heard women like, oh, she shouldn't be wearing that, or oh, who does she think she is to wear that? Or, and it's just not necessary, and it sends off the wrong message to those young women who are just so influenced and so easily impressionable by what, older women or even their mothers are saying. So I think leave your body out of the whole conversation. If you're in the bathroom with your daughter, don't pick yourself apart or anything like that, and just compliment, but not solely just on your body or your looks or something like that, maybe on a skill set or something that they do really good, just to instill that confidence in them and let them know that you are paying attention to them and you do recognize them. Because I know for myself, I had very young parents. My parents were 18 when they had me, so they weren't so skilled in the parenting aspect of things. So I didn't really get that love and that attention that I feel like I deserve. So I make sure that I give that now to my son, because I know kind of what it's like to not receive it. So, yeah.
Great advice. When I was growing up, I was one of the fortunate girls who had a mom who was very conscious of what you're saying and not making any negative comments about our bodies. I have two sisters, and interestingly, we're normal weight. And I think it's because she wanted us to grow up with the idea that our bodies had a lot of different functions. So like we could be athletic.
That's great.
And I had a lot of great role models growing up. What kind of role models do you have in place for women who work with you? How do you, because I was talking to Jess, and I think, we have these mirror neurons in our brains, and we mirror the people that are around us. How do you set up your women to kind of model better behavior or good behavior, or to model what they want rather than what they don't want?
So it's really getting down to who they want to be. Like, who do you see yourself as? Why are you not there? Why do you gossip too much, just for instance? And just instilling that self-worth in them and that confidence. And just really trying to get them to that place that they know they deserve to be and should be.
That's great. I think that what we want to do with WomEnergy is provide a lot of that modeling for self-appreciation and self-love and self-growth and
Yes.
non-competitiveness, a neutral place, a safe place to land for women who are going through changes, because we're all going through changes in our life.
Yes. I love that you said safe place, because that's yeah. Women need to feel safe, and like they can go somewhere and talk to somebody who may or may not be experiencing the same things that they are, but know that when they do share their feelings, they're not getting judged, right? Or compared to, or feeling less than, or like they're crazy, or whatever it may be. So I think that safe place is so important.
Can you think of somebody in your own life who acted as a role model for you as you were going through the changes, the positive changes that you made in your own life? Was there somebody that kind of stood out as somebody that you wanted to emulate? Or
nobody that I knew in person, to be honest. Who I really admired were the healthy looking women in the fitness magazines. I didn't really have a good female role model in my life, and I really do feel like that may have contributed to why I have gone through so many things and struggles. Me and my mom were super best friends when I was growing up, but I wouldn't necessarily say, I looked up to her. She was a role model. So I would just have to say those women that were just happy and living a healthy lifestyle and were fit and just seemed to have it all together. I really looked up to them and wanted to learn what they were doing and how they were so successful and so happy and so in shape and just loving life, so it seemed.
You do that for yourself. How do you how do you give yourself those things that you need in order to be a good parent and a good coach? How do you show self-love to yourself? And a lot of times in our society, we kind of get the sense that that would be a selfish act, but I honestly believe that you can't share anything unless you have enough in your cup, right? You can't,
Right,
like,
exactly.
so how do you fill up your cup in terms of self-love, self-care, um, understanding that you need to replenish what you
Yes.
give?
So I am just, and I used to not be this way. I'm just very accepting of how things are right now. And I also realize that I'm in control of my emotions. I'm in control of where I want to take my life. I'm in control of how I parent. You know, I feel like some women blame others. This is why I'm not this way or whatever. So for me, it's just taking control, accepting my body, accepting things as they are right now, but also not settling. So knowing that, yes, things might be this way right now, but this isn't how it is permanently. I can absolutely change this. And just being really patient, being patient with any kind of process. If it's a process of me wanting to lose weight or build muscle fitness wise, just being super patient with the whole process and not overcomplicating anything and overstressing anything, and turning to women like you who just are encouraging and inspiring.
I appreciate that. And I think that it's really important for us to have, like I was telling Jess, I think it's really important as women for us to have somebody a little bit ahead of us that
Right.
and that we think, wow, if they can do it, I can do it too. So I have heroes, I have heroines that are just a little older than me and a lot older than me. There is a woman at the gym who's 95, and
Wow.
so little Barbara is one of my heroines. Like, she shows up, she rides her bike, and her advice to me the other day was, make sure that you enjoy your life. Make sure that you spend the time doing the things that you love, because it's a short life. And that's coming from a 95-year-old. So
Yeah. And
I
I
think
find
it's
myself often thinking about that. Like, if I don't do this, am I going to regret it? Like, seriously, am I going to regret not going for this? Or am I going to regret not pursuing that? Or am I going to regret not following my passion? So I often do think about, I don't want to regret anything. I want to just get out there and help as many women as I can. So yeah, I totally can relate to her, and just be happy and follow your dreams and don't take no for an answer and stand up for yourself more often. And you don't need permission from anybody. You don't need to explain anything to anybody. Just go do what you want to do.
I love that.
Yeah.
In my family, I call it the Mary Poppins phrase, because sometimes sometimes I need something and I don't have to explain myself, just like
Right.
Mary.
Right. It's so
And I think,
true.
you need people around you who are going to honor those requests. And having WomEnergy is a place where women can practice that. They can practice their voice. They can practice trying on different techniques that they'll be able to use at home or at work.
Absolutely.
So women are, I would make the comparison like water. We ebb and we flow. There are good days, there are bad days. We're emotional and we're stoic. How do you help women navigate in a world that wants everybody and everything to be the same? How do you help women embrace that femininity, that constant change that seems to bubble up within us?
Yeah. So again, I go back to being your authentic self and being still and closing those eyes and putting your hand on your heart, putting your hand on your gut, and listening to your intuition, listening to the downloads that are coming in. Like, who do I want to be? Where do I want to go? Like, what needs to change? And not questioning what comes in. That's your guide telling you what needs to happen. And I think too many times not just women, everybody, we look for external, we look to our friend, to our neighbor, to our coworker, to a book, we look for all these external things for answers, when everything we want to know about where to get to the next level and where to get to the next place and what to do and what's right for me is like right in here. It's in here where we have it all.
How can we practice that on a smaller scale? Maybe somebody who's not as familiar with using their intuition. I was on a walk the other day and a woman said to me, "This is a great place to walk." And I said, "Well, I always use my intuition. So if I feel like it's time to turn around and move out of that area, I don't even question it."
Yeah.
And her comment was like, she doesn't know what her intuition is and she doesn't trust it. So how do you work with women who are just practicing baby steps in terms of listening to that internal voice?
So what I would ask them to do is to spend 10-15 minutes in the morning and 10-15 minutes at night just reconnecting with themselves. Silent time, with or without music. Just close your eyes and picture your perfect day. Picture your perfect day happening. Play it all out. And then at nighttime, recap on the day. What could I have done better? What went really, really, really well? What happened today that I'm so grateful for? And then doing the same thing. How do I want tomorrow to look? What is my perfect day tomorrow going to look like? And just listening to themselves and honoring themselves and not questioning like your intuition. We all have it, and we do tend to, from time to time, to ignore it. It's just, I think it's just going to happen here or there. And it does take practice, and it does take recognizing, oh, this isn't feeling right. Something's kind of not feeling, a little resistance here, and just really following that and just following that. What's the worst that can happen?
I consider it like learning a language. Your intuition has a specific language that it talks to you in, and learning what those cues are and those clues, and and it's like learning anything. It takes practice, and there are ways that you can practice intuition in little ways.
Yeah, and I'm always reminding my clients, you can always tell if something is good for you by how you feel. Like, are you feeling resistant, or is what you're about to do, are you feeling amazing about it? And that's your telltale sign that what you're going to do or what you're going to say isn't aligned with your ultimate self, your higher self, and maybe your ultimate goal. So if you know that, gosh, eating this, for instance, I know I shouldn't do this, you probably shouldn't do it then, especially if you know that you're going to go off on a binge or it's going to set you down a spiral. So it's always constantly seeing how you're feeling emotionally, mentally, physically, and just letting that feeling and that energy be your guide as well.
Great advice. And, and really then you can take full accountability and responsibility for your choices.
Right.
Go into them knowing that you are consciously making choices based on your intuition. Answers, great suggestions. I really love your approach to healthy eating and weight loss. I agree with you 100% that, and I work with clients as well who, when they, if you work from the inside out, it's a permanent weight loss, because it's a permanent, shift in listening to who they really are and what they really want, and what's right for their body. And I don't believe there's a one size fits all diet.
There's not. Nope.
Fun to explore with you how you work with clients and how you get them to understand that they really have that wisdom within themselves to know what's right and what is not going to work as well for them. So thank you.
Of course.
Very, very valuable.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have anything that you want to?
We've covered a wide variety of topics, but really what I'm hearing the underlying theme is, Christina, especially with your clients, I mean, you reach over 40,000 people a day. So talk to us about really what you're finding. What do you think is that one thing that if you were to give to your viewers today, what is that one thing that they can take away, that really sink their teeth into, that you want your messaging to be? Like if it was one thing.
My message would be, as cliche as it might sound, is to follow your heart and honor yourself, because we only have this one life. And I just don't feel like we should be doing things or spending it with people that don't lift us up and don't inspire us and fulfill us and make us feel so powerful, right? Like why would we be wasting our time doing things that we don't enjoy? And yes, from time to time, there are going to be things that maybe we don't enjoy, but for the most part, I just think we need to just stand up for ourselves and find our voice and go after everything that we want. Like I was saying, without apologies, without having to explain it to anybody else. And once we do that, we're gonna have so much confidence in us and so much power, and we're gonna have so much clarity for the things that I do and that I teach. That's going to instill into your acceptance of your situation, and it's going to help you take control of things, and it's going to help you love yourself and love your body, which is in turn going to lessen those binges, and it's going to help those relationships around you. Yeah.
I love that. You know, it's lasting life change. And that's really what the WomEnergy is, connecting to that deeper inner source of power and standing in it and not wavering, and then holding on to that as you continue to move and grow through. And I love what you're doing with your clients. I love what you're bringing to the table with our community. It's exciting. So where can people go to find you?
On Facebook, you can go to the Christina Dennis. Same for Instagram, the Christina Dennis. And then christinasfitness.com. So it's Christina's with an S, fitness.com is the website.
And last thing, so you've done this for so many years. You've gathered this amazing following. You have some exciting things coming up. What are you most excited for the future?
Definitely my newest program, the New You Breakthrough. It's super exciting because it's everything that I absolutely needed when I was going through my own emotional eating and binge eating episodes and struggles. It's addressing those underlying issues, those limiting beliefs, why we sabotage, comparison to others. It's addressing all those things that are standing in our way and making us feel inferior and less than and unloved and unappreciated. I could go on and on. It's really addressing that, breaking it down, building them back up with self-love and acceptance. And along with that, they're going to get some exercises and some detox tips, because I want it to be a mind and body transformation. So this program I'm pouring my heart and soul out into, and it's going to offer the biggest mind and body transformation. And I just can't wait to get it out there, because like I said, I needed something like this, and I'm going to create it.
Well, that's what we're here to help do. We're excited to have you part of our platform to really provide these resources for women and girls and men. Anyone who's really looking for this. There's no one size fits all, like Rachel and you discussed prior. So we're excited. We're excited to have you part of our community. Thank you so much for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not want to miss this girl. So check out Christina Dennis and follow us each week. We're going to be interviewing amazing humans who are doing wonderful things in this world to really help you be here now and inspire, uplift, and connect you to greater things in the future, to really help you find your purpose. So thank you so much, both of you, for being on today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you. Awesome. Any last words, Rach?
This is awesome. It really resonates with me, and I've found it true in my own nutrition and fitness practice that once we help people find their voice, the sky's the limit. I've seen miracles.
I feel as one woman we are powerful, but as a group of women we are unstoppable, and nothing is in our way. Yeah.
Love it. New tagline. I see it coming soon. Yeah. Well, ladies, you're phenomenal. We're so blessed to have such amazing, inspiring women, and thank you for tuning in today. If you found this was valuable, share it with a friend, invite them to our community. This is for you, by us, and we're excited to share it with you. So share it with the world, give this gift to others, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.